Welcome to another episode of Discovery Road. In this program, we'll find out what the international visitors think of what's been called America's best idea, the national parks. Unbelievable scenes, sounds, and wildlife. Let's hit the road. Wow. Major funding for Discovery Road provided by the National Park Service.
Just find the buses. You'll see the excitement, hear the languages,
Wunderbar abwechslungsreich.
and find plenty of smiles in the cosmopolitan gathering.
Daniel,
In French?
de France, à côté de Marseille. Et on est venu en circuit, on a fait l'Ouest américain et on aime visiter, oui, les grands parcs parce que des grands espaces, voilà, la liberté, voilà. On adore les États-Unis.
Monica, je suis française, j'habite Grenoble. Je fais un circuit avec mes amis, nous sommes 40 dans le bus. Et pourquoi j'aime les grands? Parce que c'est cette immensité. Chez nous en France, c'est small, small, small. Ici, c'est big, big, big. I like it. Good luck.
Céline, 36 ans, j'habite dans le sud de la France, à Marseille. Je suis venue visiter l'Ouest américain pour les grands espaces, comme dans les films, revoir les arbres, l'immensité, voilà. Ben, comme nous a dit mes deux copines, l'immensité, les grands espaces, voilà, le rêve américain. Au revoir.
On the trails, not only great scenery, but international history lessons for the asking.
This is not dissimilar from Central Australia, the red. It's similar. In fact, Australia is redder than this. As for the people, I think Americans are friendlier than Australians, as a general rule. They give you directions if you need them.
In Australia, I think they're shrinking a little bit. They're not as protected as they are here. I think it's good for nature, it's good for people, it's good for tourism. I think it's genius. I want to see more.
This year we're looking at between 1.4 and 1.5 million visitors here at Bryce Canyon, of which close to 60% are international. Our international visitors are coming to southern Utah. They're enjoying Garfield County and all the things that we have to offer them.
Coming to America from all parts far away might present challenges for the visitor. Perhaps not.
No, actually for us, no. I think language, if you are from an Asian country, maybe if you don't speak English that well, that may be a challenge, but for us from Germany, because we grew up with English, there was no problem.
Here we go. Chicken Alfredo for you. There you go. Thank you.
So far, I haven't really encountered any challenges. I mean, food-wise, it's all right, actually. It's good. It's really good. We just had American food and wasn't fat at all. To our surprise, it was really good.
I'm Italian and grew up loving cars, Lamborghini, Ferrari. But this is pure American and a national park treat.
It's quite a famous truck because no other truck that attracts as much attention as this one does. Nearly everybody loves it.
What makes this truck an international attraction?
There are so few of them that they're very difficult to find if you wanted to buy one, and quite expensive to buy even in rough shape. The truck speaks for itself. People want to walk up and look at it, even if I'm far away from it. It just attracts people.
Just down the road from Zion National Park, parked in its own red zone at the Thunderbird restaurant, a surprise for tourists.
Wow.
Camille, touche pas.
Attends, faut que papa me prenne en photo. Tu me prends, Fabien, en photo?
Ah, je peux y aller?
Impressionnant.
A once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Sort of like meeting an American celebrity. We don't have any vehicle like that. Was that a surprise for you? Is it an attraction?
Oh yes. For us it's a big surprise because we don't have this type of vehicle in France, and moreover this one is beautiful because the colors, the model is unique for us. So it's a good surprise.
What do you think of the national parks here in Utah?
It's amazing, it's big. In France we don't have it. It's incredible.
Et je trouve c'est impressionnant de voir une voiture comme ça parce qu'on n'en voit pas une tous les jours. Du coup voilà.
The group of French had a wonderful time in Bryce Canyon National Park. They sent us photos to prove it, but the smiles on their faces with that classic American truck, that's a selfie to remember. Once the sun goes down, an evening out west, nightlife begins for the international guests.
Alors j'appuie?
Non, tu tires en arrière.
A little line dancing, cowboy outfits for everyone, some food, and a little bit of ranch life tossed in for good luck.
One of the most things you got to realize is that the programs are pretty filling during the day, so most of them are pretty much tired at night. So whatever we do, it cannot just be a dinner, it cannot just be a sit down because that's going to bring them down. So we need to get something which involves food, obviously we gotta eat, and then some form of entertainment. Whereas here Jake Chaparral is a good example of that. But it's gotta be interesting and it's gotta be new every day.
Quiet, please. If you listen, it's all around us. The sounds of the incredible world in the national parks. Whether you're French, Asian, Irish, or Italian, you will hear it. Visiting our national parks means there are not only incredible vistas in every direction, there is an abundance of wildlife out there. You might see wildlife, perhaps not. However, the National Park Service has a new way to bring sights and sounds of wildlife online. It's easy. Just find a network connection and head to the National Park Service website and find the Sound Library. Seeing and hearing what is out there was perfect trip preparation for my mother, like hearing the sound of an elk bugling, the yapping of Utah prairie dogs in Bryce Canyon National Park, and the early daylight chorus of birds, yet another sweet sound anyone can enjoy. America's national parks, a special treat for my Italian mother, and the unique soundscape experience increasing our level of excitement.
Parfum, ja. Aber dafür hat man leider diese Tiere gekillt.
Bus stops out west mean big attraction for international visitors, where real bison create authentic inspiration.
It's magnificent. Oh,
undescribable because the national parks, yeah, it was just, it feeds my soul, you know. I really liked it. The colors, the bright colors, the different colors, the different sculptures. It was a great experience and I come back.
Beautiful, big, giant, enormous. Great areas. Yeah, compared to Europe.
3 generations of one family from South Korea. The youngest proud to share her park experience and her photos. Did you take a lot of pictures here?
사진 많이 찍었어요? Yes.
Yes.
Do you have fun taking pictures?
사진 찍으면서 재밌었어? Yes 해야지.
What did you see?
뭐뭐 봤지? 공원에서 뭐뭐 봤지?
Did you see deer?
Deer. 그리고
What else did you see?
소, cow. 그 다음에 the hog. And squirrel.
Why did you have to have your camera with you today?
이거 왜 가지고 다니는 거야? 뭐 찍으려고?
같은 거 찍고.
Nice scenery.
Lion.
Lion, mountain lion.
Did you see one?
봤어?
Did
lion?
you see one today?
No. 사진 찍고 싶어.
But she wants to take a picture of mountain lion.
That's very cool. Can you show us some pictures you took? How cool. Can you get that?
그래서 잘 찍었다고.
Very good.
Thank you 해야지. Once I come here, we saw that wow, it's a huge country, and then it opens us mind, and also it opens our eyes to see a lot of different things. It might help us understand other, people's thought. That is more our deep understanding of different country and different people.
With my mother still in the vehicle, I stepped out to see what the roadside commotion was all about. We're in Zion National Park. Lots of people are gathered here around this mountain goat. We're being really quiet so that we won't scare it. Wildlife in Zion National Park. This is amazing. Right on cue, the same goat, or another goat that looked the same, waited until we slowly drove away, giving my mother a window seat.
Bellissimo, mai avrei sognato di vedere uno stambecco così vicino, da vicino.
She said it was just a beautiful experience, and never in her life she would have dreamt of getting this close to a mountain goat.
Just visiting one of America's national parks is exciting and always memorable. And for international tourists years ago, there was a very special prize in the national park system they would stumble onto, but only if they were lucky. We tuned in our radio dial to find the inspiring story of a man named Black George Simmons. A hardy, diminutive 82-year-old man with dancing eyes, a scraggly white beard, trousers and t-shirt that might have just finished a week-long river run. As for his nickname, Black George Simmons, a vague response about his past, delivered with a smile.
At age 15, I played piano in a bordello in New Orleans. Then at age 64, I was a stripper at the Golden Age Widows Club in Houston. in between, I've tended bar up in Boulder, Montana. I spun a roulette wheel out in Eureka, Nevada. Where are you folks from?
California.
Oh, washed back from the coast.
Yeah.
All right.
The Tidewaters took us all the way out here.
Okay.
Since 1984, he's made the rounds as a volunteer in national parks, Big Bend, Bryce Canyon, and Grand Teton. His favorite is Canyonlands, where he spent 10 years. For decades before that, he traveled the world with the U.S. Geological Survey, discovering other people and cultures, and perfecting his unique trademark salutation.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw, he explains while steering his pickup through the red rock buttes of this desert park.
Yeehaw! I picked that up down in West Texas. There were not many. People are few and far between whenever you see a friend. Usually you'll be going into town and it will indicate that a party's shaping up or you're meeting some friends. So I sort of adopted that. And I've used that all over the world and people really like it.
Simmons does more than greet guests. He also monitors the weather station at a spot in Canyonlands that he's dubbed Science Hill.
I was just asking you if you knew about the Austin Lounge Lizards, a musical group in Texas. Well, they sing a song that goes, acid rain, keep on falling. For your name I am calling. I'm not to blame for placid acid rain.
For the placid acid rain.
He measures air quality and precipitation, assists on search and rescue operations, and he checks on campsites and tourists on trails.
What's your name? I bet I know your name. Yes, your name is beautiful.
No, my name's
Howdy.
Hello.
Oh, you guys must be from a mountain state. Look at you.
I'm sorry, I know English.
Oh, sprechen Sie gern Deutsch?
Deutsch, German, ja.
Welke Stadt ist Ihre Stadt?
Bavaria.
Bavaria. München.
Jo.
Ah, hier, oder Falun.
Ja, genau.
Here. Ah, all right, have a good time.
Sie auch. Bye.
People are proud about where they come from, and especially when they come over here and in a great minority as a foreigner to find somebody that knows a little bit of their language. Anytime you can make a connection that's unique to these individuals, they pour themselves out there. You immediately got a lifetime friend.
Black George shifts his truck into gear and heads down a twisting, steep red dirt road. A slew of quarters slide back and forth, but not spilling out of a dashboard bowl. Like a wise old dog sniffing water, Simmons eyeballs the canyon floor below and the Green River, which he helped map in the 1950s. It's now one of the more popular float trips for outdoor enthusiasts. Perched under a shade tree, a group of young river runners glances at Simmons as he ambles by. A more experienced boat team sees the old man of the river and takes note.
Well, I'm Black George. I'm a volunteer ranger up here, and I work with the road patrol.
Black George. I've heard of you. We were reading about you in the paper. In the Salt Lake Tribune.
Oh, I thought you had been down to the post office.
Near a quiet eddy on the Green River, Simmons reflects on his early days along this river.
Here on the Green River is a special place. Actually, we started our 1956 expedition downstream about 15 miles from this spot, so I've always had a special spot in my heart for the Green River.
Even at age 82, he believes he still has a lot to contribute.
People gravitate towards older people who are a little bit active. I give them hope. They come out here and they see an old man who rappels over a cliff, who paddles a boat, and so that's what I do. I try to give people hope, and I'm conscious of it.
Adventurer, storyteller, impromptu classroom teacher in the grand open-air theater he calls home.
Well, let's head back and see what else we can
We should be heading back down too, I think, so.
Thank you for sharing all your wisdom with us.
Right.
We appreciate it. Thank you a lot.
Black George Simmons, giving people a sense of place.
Yeehaw!
One yeehaw at a time. For NPR News, I'm James Nelson. His rappelling down a cliff days are over, but here's a recent look at his always friendly like a warm hug approach to meeting people and his love of language and education.
I was working down in Canyonlands, and I heard that there was a Brazilian girl working in a Hispanic restaurant. And I went down to see her to try my Portuguese. I hadn't spoken in a long time. And I started talking to her, and she was so homesick, tears just started running down her face the minute she heard the Portuguese.
And here's Black George, now retired, chatting with his son Richard about how international visitors should be treated.
How important is it for international visitors visiting the national parks to hear a bit of their own language?
It's important for the national parks. It would be important for anybody if you go somewhere to a foreign country and they speak your language.
Yeehaw to the camera, to James.
Yeehaw.
You are about to know the thrill of seeing that which has never been seen before.
A fitting road trip back in time to see this television commercial promoting cars from 1960.
Representing the 1960 Fords, the finest Fords of a lifetime, the magnificent new Galaxy.
With the Galaxy leading the way under a twinkling canopy, so we hitch a ride in search of all those stars. One of the wonderful things we all share is the cosmos above us, that amazing portal to the heavens. And at night, my oh my, do the stars come out. In the national parks, the dark sky just may have the best theater screen on planet Earth. And in any language, it's always showtime. International visitors have so much to see in the national parks during the day, and now the must-see list just got bigger during the night. In Bryce Canyon National Park and other parks, star parties, constellation tours, night sky ranger programs are available.
Bryce Canyon's unique in a few different ways. One of them is that it's in a prime location, centralized location for a lot of metropolitan areas. There's Salt Lake to the north, Salt Lake, Provo, and then like Las Vegas and St. George to the south. So it's a good central location where people don't have to drive too far to see something. And on top of that, when you do drive there, you get to experience not only a really wonderful night sky, but you get to experience Mother Nature's processes over millions of years to create a very beautiful scenery here on the ground.
From his boyhood days sleeping in the great outdoors and throughout his shiny career, Von Del Chamberlain has always been searching the skies, reaching for the stars, inquiring about the universe, and teaching us what he found.
I have a theory that today most people, most human beings have probably never seen a beautiful starry sky, never seen the Milky Way. Possibly most people have never seen it in their whole lives. But national parks are places where they can see a beautiful starry sky. That's one of the values of national parks.
He should know, Von Del Chamberlain just might be the first winner of Star Search in our national parks. Close to 50 years ago, he was the inspiration behind the first astronomy program at Bryce Canyon National Park. He created the first sky interpretation manual for the park. If anyone wants us to look up, it's Von Del Chamberlain.
But I would like people to understand enough about the cosmos, the universe, to know how vast it is. And then I'd like them to understand how tiny the Earth is as a planet. Eileen Fisher wrote a little poem. When we lived in a city 3 flights up and down, I thought I knew how many stars could show above a town. When we moved to a village where lighted streets are few, I thought I could see all the stars, but oh, I never knew. Till we built a cabin where hills are high and far, I never really knew how many, many stars there really are.
The stargazing activities are now visitor highlights in some national parks, and international tourists are right there when the sun goes down.
Beauty is beauty, and it's seen by people who speak all languages. Certainly the night sky is that way. It speaks to the heart of human beings everywhere. And science tends to be neutral. You know, scientists speak different languages, but they all deal with the same questions. And I think at the root, the heart of every scientist is that beauty of the night sky. This, for example, is a corn maiden by a famous Zuni carver. His name is Stuart Quantalesi. Beautiful name. And one of the things I really like about it is that it has stars depicted on it. It has dragonflies. It's made out of amber, so it's beautiful material to begin with. The corn maidens just have everything to do with life. Corn is life for those people. There are supposed to be as many as 8 corn maidens, and some people relate them to the Pleiades in the sky, a group of stars in the sky. They're just highly symbolic little things that are symbolic of nature and of life and the relationships between.
That brings us full circle. Our fantasy road trip in that Ford Galaxy complete. A bold ad showing stars above a city, now a half-century-old classic. Today, visitors look to the heavens for meaning. Italians, French, Asians, anyone who stands on the red soil among the sculpted paprika-colored rock in Bryce Canyon and gazes skyward will discover it. There, among the endless avenues of darkness, swirling among the vastness of the sparkling star show, a moment in time to seize, when our eyes look into that beautiful beyond, and a star winks back with an answer.
Oh my God, in English.
Au revoir! I think it's recording.
My English is a very small English.
Okay, spell your name.
Mi fa un segno così.
Di fare finta che ti sta piacendo.
Bryce, with his colors, with his stone, with his forms, it's unbelievable.
C'est spectaculaire.
C'est magnifique.
I love it.
It's the great features of nature that make Bryce Canyon and Zion National Park great.
Yeehaw!